But we're gonna start with this video right now, guys. We're gonna start with this video. It's gonna start it up. We're gonna see how things are and how they become.
The following footage shows a store employee who's working late at night when something terrifying happens.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
Martinez215, the person who suggested the video, writes, "This video comes from the owner of a store in Mexico. The store itself has a history of strange occurrences, some of which are really disturbing. But this one is by far the most disturbing thing that's happened. This is what was captured."
Oh, yo, she really getting dragged too. You're gonna call someone if you get scared? I'm right here too, don't worry. Yo, she really ran too. There's no, like, I do not think you can even, like, because yeah, it's not that scary, guys. Come on, open it up. It's fine. Come on, I'm a horror type of person, so you know I'm cool with everything. As long as you guys are staying safe with each other, it's alright. He's sitting over there looking around too.
Needless to say, the store owner who appears on camera was left baffled.
That's the owner, guys.
Given the history of strange occurrences that have taken place at the store, viewers believe that a malevolent force is responsible for
I'm gonna be playing Roblox. I'm gonna be playing Dark Souls 2 actually tonight.
Could this be footage of a supernatural force
today.
or
Johnny,
a stunt
get the hell
that
out
was
the
pulled
screen.
off using practical effects? Is it real or fake? Feel free to let me know what you think.
I think that's, you know, it's hard to tell. Like, nobody really has like a pure
Ashley
confirmation
and her
saying like there's a
fiance
ghost.
are
They can't
away
really
from
talk
home
to.
when their
I
security
mean, there is
camera inside
videos,
their
but like
apartment
it's hard to tell
captures
whether
something
anyone can
disturbing.
believe them or not.
Ashley writes, "We were moving out of our apartment and caught this on our camera. My cat won't take its eyes off of it."
Yo, if you guys have a
This
cat
is
and
what
it
she caught.
stares at something, like it's crazy because I feel like cats actually can like see if someone's there or not. Is that the mirror? I'm actually getting goosebumps right now. Look, maybe my oh, is that a hand? Is that a face? Oh, that's a face. And it's the cat. The cat is just staring at it. You're allergic to cats, but you want one? Yo. I literally, I'm actually getting a little bit scared, bro. Eyes closed. Come on, you guys said you wanted to watch. You wanted a time where we watch scary videos. Now you guys are too scared.
Peeking at the cat from behind the
you
doorway.
felt something touch your neck. Yo, just
it
wrap
does
yourself
so
in covers.
in a very strange manner.
I always just wrap yourself.
It seems to be
covers.
peeking sideways, with its hands gripping the doorway's frame on one side. But as if that wasn't creepy enough,
if your cat is just ever staring at something,
and then disappear.
If it's meowing at something, if your cat is just meowing
both
into
Ashley
a wall,
and her fiance
I would
have
run.
no clue as to what
freaking
this
run.
could
I'm
have been.
sorry.
Now, this could be someone who had broken into their apartment,
See,
but there's something odd about this person, and what they do seems physically impossible for anyone to do. Viewers think that this might be a ghost or some other entity, but as always, I'll leave it to you to decide as to what this is. It's a good thing Ashley
I
is
don't know.
moving
I feel
out,
like anyone
could
do that, guys. Anyone could do that. If anyone's tall enough, they could probably do that. Trust me.
A famous singer named Mellow LV is recording a video of herself
a celebrity
and a friend
ever
when
having
something
ghosts,
downright
it's
creepy is caught on
true.
camera. The singer had posted the video on her Instagram, not knowing she had captured something frightening in the background.
What, that person?
It wasn't until viewers had started commenting on her post, saying they were scared, that she saw what it was that they had seen.
I swear to God,
as you might expect, she too was left unsettled by this footage. This
Ellie,
is
as
the
long
video
as you're
she
still
took.
typing, I know you're safe.
Be sure to look very
as long
closely
as you type,
for this
I know
one,
you're safe.
or you'll miss it.
Hey guys, it's super hot in Vancouver today, and me and Joanna are just waiting for our friend who is super late to come
I don't think
today.
it's a ghost or anything.
And if you guys see this video, take a look at how nice the drink, the cute girl,
I don't
and
see
how
anything,
nice
guys.
the pool
There's
is,
like it's really
you
hard to
guys should
tell.
come
There's someone there.
right now and join us, right? Right? Oh,
But guys,
okay,
when
you know what?
when you're a celebrity, you
A
have
face
stalkers.
can be seen
that
hiding
that
in
was
the
nothing.
bushes
Yeah.
and observing the singer and her friend.
It was probably just a stalker.
strange
There are
thing about this
stalkers who always
face,
try to
though,
get
is that it
pictures and
seems
whatever.
to have
They're
eyes
like,
that
you
are
know, they
blacked
always
out
try to get
or
pictures
no
or
eyes
get
at
like some
all.
type of evidence.
But
Like off
what's
a
even
celebrity.
more
So
strange
that's
about
not
this
really
encounter
ghosts or scary.
is that when the camera pans back to where the face was seen after panning away, the face is no longer there.
The face is gone because he probably knows
Now
that he's gonna
that's
probably get
creepy.
got. So obviously
It
he's
isn't
gonna run
clear
away.
as to who or what this could have been.
The
But it could be that
the
someone
freaking
had broken
security
into the
gonna catch
singer's home
Michael
and hid in
Myers.
the
Imagine, yo,
bushes.
Michael Myers.
As
The
for
Michael
the
Myers, the
face,
movie was
it
good.
could be that this was a mask
The
worn by the
victims,
intruder.
pure dumb.
But according
like,
to sources,
they are so dumb.
the singer lives in a gated community with plenty of security. It would be impossible for anyone to break in without being caught by authorities. So, with that said, if this wasn't someone who broke in,
Michael
then who
Myers.
was this? Viewers can't shake the thought of this being a ghostly encounter, and
It's
paranormal
not
experts
a
also
ghost.
agree.
Yo, they're
Whether
gonna call it
ghost or
ghost
not,
anything, guys.
this
They're gonna call
video
it a
is
speck
pretty
of
creepy.
dust. We will
If you
never
caught
know.
something
Yeah.
creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's
Ellie,
get
you
back
still
to the
alive?
video.
Ellie, you still alive? Just making sure.
A general contractor for a house
never
is
know
recording
what
inside the property when
How come-
something
yeah,
very
yeah,
unsettling
Ellie,
is
still
caught on
alive?
camera. The house contractor was shooting a promotional video for anyone who would be interested in purchasing the house. But after reviewing the footage, the contractor found it necessary to take the house off the market. The reason for canceling the selling of the house is evident in the
We're
footage.
about to get an ad.
This is what he caught.
Yo,
Through my online store
Oh my
alone,
God.
we've sold over $500,000 worth
quiet
of
on the
spices.
call.
That's
She's
so
quiet.
crazy.
Yo,
I went
yo,
from selling to
please
my
make
town
sure she's okay.
to selling nationwide in 1 week.
Probably went mute to use the bathroom. Yeah, yeah. She probably could use the bathroom too. Hopefully she's still alive. She would have told you. No. Oh, okay, okay. That could be anyone. Okay, Ellie, fuck you. Fuck you, Ellie. Is that what you're waiting for, Ellie? Is that what you're waiting for? You were just waiting for that? Huh? I just jumped very
The
slowly. but
reflection of what appears
Okay.
to be a dark silhouette can be seen in the room's mirror.
still. As long as you're okay.
The contractor is certain that nobody was inside the room at the time of this recording. If no one was inside, then who or what was this?
That's outside.
Now,
Obviously
it
they're not
could
gonna be
be
inside.
that the contractor
Come on,
had
guys.
mistaken his own reflection for a shadowy figure. It might have been himself that he caught on camera
What?
as opposed to something else.
That is not him. Unless he
However,
got big
if
long
we look
hair.
back at the
That is
footage where the
not him.
contractor had entered
Is
the
paint
room,
edible?
his
No,
reflection
should not
isn't
eat.
seen, meaning that this had to be something else.
Like, yo,
The
I keep
figure
forgetting.
also
You
appears
guys
to be
tell me
moving
YOLO,
as the
YOLO,
contractor
and I
stays in
keep
place. Whatever was caught on camera remains a mystery. So, could this be genuine footage of a ghost? Or is it something else? Watch the video again and decide for yourself. Crazy Carla submitted the following
She
image
confused
and
about
writes,
Alyssa.
"This picture was taken years ago by the parents of the child seen in the photograph. They did not notice anything unusual about the photo until recently. It goes without saying, but the parents were terrified after seeing the thing behind their
Yo.
child."
We had I have actually a scary story moment that I'll tell you guys later. I actually do have a scary story moment. You want an ad break?
The thing behind the child is something you'd
Oh,
see
yeah, I
during
can't
an
pause it like
episode of
that.
sleep paralysis.
You want an ad break? You want an ad break, Ellie? I mean, Belle? At this point, I'm not even surprised of what you hear, what you eat. Guys, don't eat anything that's not good, okay? With or without the lead. Never? You're back? Okay, you're back? Okay.
Now, because there isn't much info on the photo, I can't think of anything to explain
That is
this.
extremely scary. Yo,
But,
that looks like
with all videos,
Freddy
I'll leave it
Fazbear.
to you to figure this one
That's
out.
who it is. That is Five Nights at Freddy's.
The following segment features a set of videos of strange occurrences that have taken place inside a home. Very little information is given on these videos, but each one speaks for itself. Each video was shot in a room where most of the activity takes place. It is for this reason that a camera was placed inside to capture these strange occurrences.
You got a comforter right there, you cat.
Yet, it seems that with each occurrence, the activity gets worse. Out of all incidents, the fifth occurrence is probably the creepiest of them all.
Right.
This is what was captured.
Oh, we're gonna go see all 5 occurrences. The first one is just a paper. You got your elephant? Oh, you got your stuffed animal? That's good. I used to have a panda, but I lost it. Like, just hug your pillow, Val. Don't you have a pillow? It bit my nose. Oh, what the fuck? Man, they probably didn't hang it right, you know? They probably didn't hang it right. I mean, laid it down, probably. At least your cat is cute and so he's furry and soft, you know. See, it's just a win, right? Just a win, guys. Come on, you guys can't be scared to win. Yo, she ran out that room so scared too. You got a dog that ate anything. Look, I can just show you. Oh yeah, Eli does have that. Okay, okay,
It's
wait,
the
hold
last
up.
clip
The
that's
ghost
hard
is
to
doing the
explain.
laundry? How the
Somehow,
ghost doing the laundry
garment
for
in the
them?
basket
He said
appears to throw
these
itself into the
clothes
washer.
dirty as hell.
Now, it
Let
could
me
be
clean
that
them
the
for
video is
you.
playing in reverse,
Alyssa,
making
do
it
not
seem
eat
as though it
anything.
threw
Swear
itself
to God.
in when it
Oh my
actually
God,
fell
don't.
into the basket. But even if the video wasn't reversed, it doesn't explain how the laundry fell into the basket.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Viewers can't seem to explain this final clip and believe that this, as well as the rest
The
of the
ghost
clips,
really doing the
might be
laundry
footage
for her.
of a poltergeist
she's
in
scared?
action. But what do you think? Was a
I
ghost
think
caught on camera?
the ghosts just think the
or
clothes are dirty, my
was this
guy.
something else?
I don't think anything else.
As always, feel free to share what you think. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Man, that wasn't
Until
that bad,
next time.
guys. Let's see here. That looks like a cat in the back. Let's watch this. Ghost is tired of being lazy.
We've all
Exactly.
dreamt of the silver there's curses.
What's
left.
this? The cursed? That wasn't that bad. This look. It looks
What are you
pretty
ready
evil.
to give me?
Looks alright.
A security camera records a child who's inside a crib when something downright creepy is captured. The child's mother had posted the following video as she doesn't know what to make of it. She was in the same room as her son when out of nowhere he began to cry. It wasn't until watching the footage that she was left disturbed. The
Alright, what
mother
disturbed her?
writes,
The
"I'm
baby
still
looks
trying to
scary in
figure
the
out
song.
if the camera glitched or something pushed my baby. This
Something
is
pushed
what
your
was
baby.
caught."
The babies can just fall on their own. See what happens. What the fuck? The fuck? Yo!
The child all of a sudden disappears from the camera's view.
The fuck?
It appears that he was pushed over forcefully.
Yo, it looked like that
The
baby
question is though,
teleported.
what exactly had pushed him over?
Eli, let me see you,
The
dog.
cradle in
You
the
could probably
back
post
continues to
this
swing
too.
as the
Rock that
child
baby
vanishes
to
from the
sleep,
frame,
bro.
suggesting that this wasn't a glitch. If it was, then the swing would have skipped a frame, just like the child had. But,
What
as you
type
can
of
see,
logic is that?
not a single frame
Actually,
is
that's
skipped.
true. Man, it's probably just
So then,
really good
if
editing.
this wasn't
guys.
a
It's
glitch,
probably really good
then what
editing.
was it?
They edited it.
No one else is seen in the room except the mother and child, and nothing appears to have pushed him over. As with all videos, it's up to you to decide if this is something paranormal or not. The child's mother has yet to
Don't worry,
figure
guys,
that
it's
out.
fake. It's fake.
But as always, feel free to share what you think.
I'm eating Chinese food right now, by the way, guys.
The following footage
It is
shows
Chinese food,
someone
right?
who's alone at home when something
Well, yeah,
terrifying happens.
Oh, the witch. That's what. That's
The
what you call
person
the
in
yellow.
question is a paranormal investigator named Jordan. Ever since
It's okay,
investigating
Alyssa. It's
places
probably
that are
just
said to be
edited. It's
haunted,
okay.
Jordan can't help
Word?
but think
I
that something
smack.
has followed him home. From hearing strange noises at night to having an episode of
ghost like
sleep
gangster.
paralysis, during which he'd seen what appeared to be a lady with long black hair. Jordan is certain that something is watching him.
After
It
this
wasn't
video,
until
I like
one
to tell
night,
you guys
when
some
he was
scary
home
stories
alone,
that I have
that he
my
caught
personally.
footage of something disturbing. Jordan is recording his dog when out of nowhere, this happens.
What's wrong? Something there?
The dog is whining. Yellow was right. It was yellow. Don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Yo, what's with the audio?
His dog appears to be sensing something, and the EVP seems to confirm that.
Yo,
Then,
Jimmy, fuck
later
you.
in the
You
night,
scared the shit
the
out of me.
following happens.
Thanks you for the bits, but Jesus Christ, don't. I'm trying to like listen to the video, Jimmy. Okay. How'd you go stunner? Yo, okay, I have. Yo, who did that? Oh, Ali, I wanna throw hands at you right now. Oh my God.
Why are you following me?
No, this is actually a little bit more different. This is more different. I'm actually getting a little bit better chills. Don't play any noise, please. Yo, a
Who
growl?
are you?
That sounds like the
Who
dog.
are you?
Guys, it's just a dog. Oh, hell no. Nah, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Yo, you better, yeah, exactly. You better run the fuck out of there. I'm not going staying in there. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Jordan has encountered what many viewers believe is a malevolent force. And just like
I'm getting
Jordan,
the fuck outta
they
there,
too
though.
were left spooked. Now, the strangest thing about this encounter is the peeping head in the
Wait.
background.
But I need a little second. Hold on. Yo, guys, don't play sounds, please. He said 5 questions about. Yep, that's true. That is true. Let me just calm myself down, guys. You just take some deep breaths. I'll help you guys real quick, cause I need to calm down real quick. You gotta just breathe in and breathe out. In. Out. Okay, just to lower this down, keys, phone, laptop, code, yo. Oh my God. Alright, since I have the video paused, there was actually, I'll just tell you guys this quick story. There was this time me and Jimmy actually decided to play a prank on Solomon and Juan, and it was fucking crazy. So we actually still used to go to school back then. We said that when like Solomon and Juan came, we said that Jimmy went to go to school because like his mom was like tracking him on a phone. I'm not finna be outside with the dogs out and no pants. Yo, I'll take whatever I can hold in my hand. Mainly, I'm taking my phone. I'd probably leave my Xbox. No cap. I'm getting the hell out of here. But basically, we said that Jimmy went to school, and they were here. What Jimmy did, basically, Jimmy was hiding in one of my closets in one of my rooms, and he like slammed the door shut. And I was sitting here in the living room, like all of us were in my living room, and they were all like, "What was that?" They was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I don't see nothing." So Jimmy just kept hiding in the closet whenever they actually went to check. Solomon actually put down his phone because he actually thought there was a ghost. He put down his phone, like, cause I have like a little hallway, and when you shut off the lights, the hallway's mad dark, and it's fucking crazy. Literally, the doors opens again, and Jimmy just slams it shut. Juan, no, it was Solomon. Solomon was right in front of Juan, and Solomon jumped back so hard. Like, bro, he was on top of Juan at this point. I was like, bro, you guys good? Yo, literally, they ran out my house. Solomon and Juan ran out my house. No shoes. Solomon left his phone. They dipped down the block. And I was like, nah, that's too much. I had to tell Jimmy, yo, it's good, that's too much. Cause they ran down the block, no shoes. They didn't bring no shoes and no phone. It was just fucking crazy, and it was so fucking funny. If I could, I saw him and probably has the clip somewhere, but it was just fucking crazy. I was literally looking at them. It was just so funny to just see them run out like that. I was telling them, like, yo, this is my house. I gotta fight these ghosts. They were like, no, never. I ain't dealing with that. It was fucking crazy. we have another one. There was, I'll tell you guys anyway right now. We had a story. You know those Furbies? Back in the old times, there was we had like a Furby. And the most scariest part of it is that it kept like going off without like with like no one near or anything. They literally did. When we came back and told them, that it was Jimmy the whole time, they were like, damn. And they came back for their phone and stuff like that. But they did not want to stay in my house anymore. Yeah, but let me continue with the Furby thing too. We actually had a Furby, and it kept going off without anyone knowing. It was like so creepy to a point that, like, my brothers were also there, and I was actually still a baby, so I didn't actually really know what was going on. But my brothers did not want to go anywhere near that Furby, and neither did my mother. Like, they all stayed back. My whole family did not want to touch that thing. One of us took out the batteries. One of us took out the batteries and put it away. And the crazy part is that it turned on with no batteries. I don't even know who bought it. We don't actually know who bought it. Someone brought it, and then we just have it. And we did not like it because it was too creepy. But it was just so scary that it turned on with no batteries. It kept going off at random times, even in the night. In the night, it still kept going. And we eventually just tried to throw that thing in the trash and get rid of it. Someone gave it to you. I don't know who gave it. Who got the Furby? It was maybe my brothers, maybe my mother trying to get it because my brother was like, "Yo, I want a Furby. I want a Furby." Like, in worst time. Have you now learned from Chucky? It was a long time ago. Like, oh man, it was like a good amount of years ago. I don't think those movies even out there in that time. Maybe it was. Maybe we were like younger at that time. Okay, we didn't probably know about all a bunch of movies and stuff. Okay. But it was just fucking crazy with the Furby. The Furby, man. I'm glad. Don't ever touch a Furby again. It kept going out. I can actually show you. There's probably on YouTube about random Furbies just going off randomly with nothing near them at all. There probably is some videos on here somewhere. But continuing on, let's continue on with the video. Those are my two stories. I have one funny one for you guys, and then the other one was just a fucking Furby. This is fucking crazy. But let's continue on with the video. Y'all did not accept that shit. We probably bought it from a store. Don't worry. I mean, probably should worry because it had no batteries and it was still on. But still, okay. Fucking crazy. But let's
It's
continue.
unclear as to who or what this could have been.
This is even
But given
scarier
what
at
happened
a
in the
tall.
bathroom,
There was
viewers
actually
believe
so many times.
this might be the entity that's been
One
haunting
time I was
him.
at camp and woke up and I saw a shaggy
Needless to
figure right in my
say,
mouth.
this
Yeah, I
video
used
is
to
pretty
see shaggy figures
strange.
too.
I can't think of anything that might explain this,
It's just
but
scary
maybe you
sometimes.
can.
Sometimes you run. Sometimes
What are your
you be
thoughts
like,
on
yo,
this?
this is my house.
Is this actual footage of a ghost? Or is it something else?
Oh, we gotta add. That's what I'm eating right now, guys. Don't worry. This is what I'm eating right now.
Chicken made out of plants.
Is
for
that a
people
ghost of
who
someone I
love
knew
the taste
and
of
is
chicken
scared
made
the
out of
hell
chicken.
out of you? I believe I saw my mother's
Chicken
grandma
back.
before
Chicken on.
in a dream, and it was just
This
crazy.
is a
And I
whole
tried to
other level
contact
of
her,
insane.
America
like
can't wait
I
for
had her
moonfall.
phone number, but I forgot it in my dream. Once after looking up actually the numbers,
This next video was posted by
it turns out it
Athling
was angel
Sevilla,
numbers.
who received footage of a chilling incident that took place in a foreign country. The footage shows a group of people standing on the street when they see something that terrifies them. We have no idea as to what they're seeing, but whatever it is, it seems to be very unsettling. It isn't until we see the
What's going
footage
on?
from a different angle that we notice what it was that terrified them. This
Why would she take
is
the
what they
child
saw.
off the motorcycle?
Be sure to look closely for this one, or you'll miss it.
What, a motorcycle? Is there no one in that motorcycle? What? Bro, you can hardly tell what that is. That's like no evidence at all of what they think it is. But the motorcycle, it looks like nobody's inside that motorcycle.
Somehow, a bicycle appears to have come out of nowhere as soon as the person on the motorcycle parks
Yo,
his vehicle.
he's so dark, you can barely
Now,
see
some
it.
people think that the silhouette seen here might be a spirit of some sort. But this may be somebody whose figure is being distorted due to the camera's quality. What seems to be unexplainable is the bicycle that appears out of thin air. Where exactly did it come from?
Yo, it's so dark.
Viewers can't help but think that this might be a physical manifestation of an entity.
Jimmy, I saw
But as
those
always,
bits before you even
it's up
tried.
to you to decide
But
if
also
that's the
think,
case.
welcome for the bit. But just not
As
wasting
with
your
all
money.
videos, this one remains a mystery. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
You like you funny.
Amanda Briggs suggested the following video and
I'm
writes,
stuck with that loud.
a family in Colombia had just moved into a new home. The person recording is a member of the family who is showing off his parents' new room. As he records the room, his siblings come storming in to let him know that they just saw something really frightening in the other room. This is what they saw.
Let's see what they saw.
Sí, esta es la nueva casa de nosotros. Esta es la cama de mi mamá. Esta es la cama de mi mamá. Esta es la cama de mi mamá. Esta que ah, lo dejan grabar.
Yo, the quality is so bad.
Ah, o sea, hay algo. Uy, no, sea serio, no, no pongan a jugar así que lo asustan a uno. Pero quietos, quietos, quietos.
Eso, eso.
No, venga, venga, quieto.
Yeah,
Quieto.
Spanish, you'll be able to know.
No, no me empujes, sea serio, váyase, quieto, quieto.
Yo, thank you for the sub, bro. Thank you for gifting the subs, but jeez.
Mire, sí, no hay nada, son bien mentirosos, vea,
Nada,
no hay
son-
nada, son bien... ¡Ay, guaputa!
Yo, he dipped. He saw that shit, he dipped.
A shadow-like figure can be seen standing in the corner of the room. It's unclear as to what this could have been, but Amanda thinks this might have been a malicious presence. It's not
what?
certain if that's the case. One thing is for sure though, whatever this was had to be truly frightening, as the family's reaction seems genuine. But again, I'll let you come up with your own
And I
opinion.
have to take Dawn for that
Ghost
gifted
or not?
sub. This never gifted
Watch the
9
video
subs
again
on the
and
channel
decide for
already. He
yourself.
gifted way more people too. I don't know why it's not counting those. Jeez.
Reddit user Amatsumima posted the following image and writes, "My ex-girlfriend sent this photo to her family chat to announce she reached the hotel safe and chilling. Her brother replies, 'Who is that in the mirror?'
What's that? Who's what in the mirror, bro? Oh, that mirror. But no, I was like, yo, there's nothing in the mirror.
Talk about cursed images.
Yo, I do not want to look at
This
that. I'm
is
not
creepy.
looking at that. I'm sorry, guys.
As with
I'm
most
not looking at
images,
that.
there isn't that
I'm
much
not looking
info on this one,
is way,
which makes
way,
it hard
way,
to
way too-
explain.
No, stop
But feel
showing
free to
it.
share your thoughts.
I'm not trying to see
Who
that.
or what
No,
was
I'm not
inside the
looking at
hotel
that.
room with the Reddit user's ex?
I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at that, guys. Oh, okay,
The
let's
following
continue on
video
to
was posted
That's
by
way
Gustavo
too scary, that's way
Melendez,
too scary.
who encountered something terrifying. Gustavo was cleaning up his yard when he found what appeared to be a skull buried underneath his garden. Gustavo immediately took out his phone and began
Thank
to
God you
record.
got out of that early.
But as soon as
God
he
you got out of
did,
camp.
the following happened.
You square with that spirit, bro. You can't even see the spirit. Who's knocking? But no, I'm getting the fuck out of. Is that a kid? The kid is there too. Is he the kid? What is that? Why are you going towards? Oh, yo, the kid is inside. Yo, get. Hell no. Hell no. What? No. Can't. Yo. I'm sorry. I'd freaking get out the house as quick as possible. About that. I'd sell the house as quick as I can. The dog is there too.
All of a sudden,
That's what
Gustavo hears
happens.
what sounds like somebody
I don't-
banging on his windows. Viewers think that the reason for this has to do with the cranium he found.
The
Perhaps he
cranium.
was
Oh, the
disturbing the
skull.
peace by digging up the remains of this person.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the reason might be, there's no doubting that this is something you'd see in a horror movie.
Fucking summoned a demon by
Now,
accident.
it could be that there was a
Don't
draft,
dig anywhere,
but
guys.
what are the chances
Don't
of that
dig.
happening
I'm
immediately after
sorry.
digging up someone's remains? I leave it to you to figure this one out. Is it
Yo.
real or fake?
It's probably
Whether real or
There's
not,
nothing
the video
there.
itself is pretty creepy.
He disturbed peace. Yeah, he disturbs peace in those spirits.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yo, how are you guys feeling right now? How are you guys feeling? You guys feeling okay? It's pretty scary. You guys feeling good there? Oh jeez, right now. Alright. Let's continue. That mirror, yeah, the mirror one is way too scary. Way too scary. I just wanna know how you guys are feeling. You know, I could probably change the video to something less. You guys wanna continue with that horror? You know? Yeah. Wait. That was a pretty good one. Number 4 was a really good one. I'll tell you that one. Alright, it was number 2, whichever one it was. That's fucking. What do you guys think? Number 1 or number 2? Which one do you guys think you want to do? You guys pick this one. Pick number 1 or number 2. These ain't that scary, fam. Eli, shut up. 2? You guys think 2? You think 2, Ellie? Yeah. Ellie, 2 looks a little bit more scary than the other one. I mean, the other one does kind of look scary. There's like a face behind him, if you see that neck there. You guys think 1? And Val thinks 1, and Ellie thinks 2. What about you, Alyssa? Huh? Alyssa, what do you think? Alyssa has to break it. Break the vote, Alyssa. Your vote is next. 1 or 2? 2? Okay, 2. We're doing 2 now. We're doing 2. 2. We got 2.
Silver, there's curses.
She said 2. She said 2.
The following footage
Eli's
was posted by
playing
Rochelle
Fortnite.
G,
He's hardly
who had
watching.
caught something disturbing while exploring an abandoned house. The house
Eli's
used to
playing
belong
Fortnite.
to a
He's
happily
here
wed
now,
couple who were known as the Evinrudes. But then one night, something very tragic happened to the couple. Mr. and Mrs. Evinrude
okay.
were relaxing at home when, out of nowhere, an intruder breaks in and
The
kills them
first one's
both.
up next. It's okay.
The couple's family was devastated upon hearing about this. They decided to not sell the house out of respect for the couple. But after a while,
Eli, you
they decided
talk
to rent out
mad
the property.
late. How
However,
delayed are
renters
you, Eli?
complained of strange occurrences, some of which are just creepy. From drastic temperature changes to seeing shadow-like
2
figures
is the
standing
devil's
outside the
number.
window,
Well, that's why we got 2.
renters had enough reason to leave the
We're trying to get
place.
spooked.
The house has been abandoned ever since.
Eli, you watching?
That
I
is
thought you
until
playing
Rochelle
Fortnite with
goes
them.
inside and begins to record. She hopes to capture footage of the strange occurrences reported by tenants. But little does she know that something very unsettling would be caught on camera. This is what she caught.
The next, number one is up. Number one is up next. Don't worry. Your mask breathing through the hole? No, well, number one was version number 48. After the end of this video, it'll probably pop up. This area where Miss ever. Yo, why is it so loud? I gotta lower that down. They're playing the loudest thing. And your Fortnite is downloading? Oh, that's why. We actually went. Me, Solomon, Jimmy, and some other people.
Rochelle continues to
actually
explore,
went to an abandoned building.
but something downright creepy is caught on camera without her noticing. Be sure to pay close attention or you'll miss it.
Alright, let's pay attention. I don't see nothing. Oh, a hand. There was a hand, guys. There was a hand. See that hand? That looks so fake, actually. That looks so fake. That hand looks really fake.
As Rochelle
Guys,
pans the
don't
camera
trust
to the
it. The
door,
hand is really
a silhouette of what appears to be a hand can be seen in the corner.
It looks so photoshopped. It looks photoshopped.
It is only seen for about a second before quickly disappearing behind the doorway. Rochelle walks over to where the hand was spotted, but when she gets there, the space is empty. Now that's creepy. Now what's even more unsettling about this is the fact that the hand appears at the spot where Miss Evinrude had been found dead. Could it be that Miss Evinrude's apparition was caught on camera,
that's way too
or
fake.
was something else caught instead? Perhaps this might have been a squatter who was spying on Rochelle, but given that the space where they were seen is cornered with no exit, it isn't certain as to what exactly was captured. One thing's for sure though, Rochelle doesn't plan on coming back to this place, as what was seen on footage has left her spooked.
What's this deal in scary? I ain't going back. Solomon's dumbass.
This next video was posted on YouTube in 2010. However, the channel on which the video was uploaded has been deleted for unknown reasons. The video shows footage of an 8mm film. Now at first glance, the footage appears to be normal, but there's actually something very odd about this clip. The person who uploaded the video states that his dad had found this footage in his garage. His father states that his dad had shot this video at a secluded forest during a family trip. It was shot 40 years ago, and it was just recently that he noticed something strange in the footage. According to him, an old lady appears in the background. Yet, he is certain that no one was there at the time of this recording. After all, the video was taken in a secluded forest with no one else around. Take a look at this clip and see what you think.
Hardly tell anything. She was standing there. Wow, bro. She was standing there? That's crazy. He would have probably overlooked it. He was probably too focused on the girl.
In the background, there appears to be someone standing not too far from the family. They seem to be observing the family while standing completely still,
and they're dropping
which makes them come
objects.
off even more creepy.
If they don't shut that up.
Because of this, the father thinks that a ghost was caught on camera instead of a person. But of course, it's not
exactly.
certain if that's the case.
So scary, guys. So scary.
Until we know what exactly was caught on camera,
That could be the
footage remains a mystery.
Well, I think he probably would have known if it was
Had a
the cousin
ghost
or
been
not.
caught on tape? Or was something else caught instead?
Hold on. Let's see if it'll redeem itself with number 4.
The following video doesn't have much
Okay.
info, but like with most videos, this one speaks for itself. The video starts off with two
Why is
employees
there like
who
hardly
appear to be
ever any
working late at
windows that bring
night.
sunlight in?
One of them, who's named Curtis, states that the building at which they work is haunted. Lots of strange occurrences have taken place inside this building,
Alright, we'll have one
but
next.
it's the
don't worry.
second floor
Look,
where
I
most
bet one's
activity
right here somewhere.
occurs.
See,
As
one's right
Curtis
there.
talks
See?
to his coworker, a strange noise is heard on the second floor. Knowing that one of them would eventually have to check out the noise, Curtis volunteers to go upstairs. But as soon as he arrives, he seems to regret the fact that he chose to go alone. It isn't clear why Curtis brought a camera with him, but it might be that he wanted to capture footage of something paranormal, considering that the building is said to be haunted. As Curtis walks around the floor, he
Oh, we're gonna
captures
have an ad.
this.
Hi, I'm Rue.
Oh, that's Daytona.
I would love
That's
to
what you guys
present
are
you
talking
with
about.
a business opportunity.
That's crazy though. Try to watch scary stuff. Who's he? What, inside the darkness? Bruh.
One by one
Gabriel's HBO Max. What we supposed to see, guys? That happened so fast, he expected us to see that.
It appears that Curtis has caught someone or
Right,
something
you
hiding
can
inside one of
hardly
the rooms.
tell what that is.
It
Cameras
wasn't until
before
later
back
that he
then
noticed
were
the dark
not that
figure
good.
when looking back
Cameras
at the
before back
footage.
then were not that good. Man, let me
What
skip.
makes this
Hold up. He has. Let's see if he can redeem himself with number 3. Hey guys, come on. It
the
has
footage
to be
isn't
something.
hers, but rather someone else's.
This is
According
someone
to
else's
her,
video. I'll put it
someone
in
had
the
sent her
Gmail.
the video with very little information. Now the video itself is pretty creepy. The person who sent it states that their sister-in-law was recording a video at a carnival in Africa.
Carnival.
However, something very strange was caught on camera by the sister-in-law who shot this. It wasn't until
Llama
later
Arts
that
do
she
Llama
noticed what she had
Arts? I'll see
caught.
what Llama Arts is after.
Pay very close attention to this one, or you'll miss it.
Yeah, you really saying pay close attention or we'll miss it? What we supposed to see, guys? What do you guys see? Tell me right now. What am I not looking at? React to Salad Fingers? I already watched Salad Fingers. It's like, it's not that crazy. Let me tell. Really? I don't even see anything. What am I looking at? Bruh, is he for real? Is this guy for real? Let me skip to number 2. Number 2. We're just gonna speedrun this, you know? They're not doing
The
really good
following
in this
video was
right
shot by Sierra Rose, who had paid a visit to an abandoned asylum. According
see,
to
this
her,
has to-
there was
please
an
show me
overwhelming
something
sensation
scary, come
of
on.
sadness and dread that she and her boyfriend felt while exploring the place.
She
She
looks like
also
Lila.
adds that they
But
felt
it
an
could
intense energy
No, that could
surrounding
just
them.
be some random female. And
The
his
footage
freaking
shot by
camera
Sierra
quality
might
is
just prove that
garbage.
there was something there with them. This
Don't
is
hug
what
me,
she
I'm
caught.
scared, be super see. What they got here? Whoa, he's there? I didn't know he was standing there.
Oh, I'm freaking out.
Bro, you can't see shite. That could be his shadow for all I know. Why is this Bro, that could literally be. Please, number 1 has to redeem itself. Number 1 has to redeem itself. Please tell me. You know
The
so.
following image was submitted by Tulsa Polk, who writes, "A really good friend of
you
mine had
guys
sent me
picked
this
horribly.
photo, but I
Alyssa and
kinda
Ellie,
wish they
you guys did
hadn't,
not pick
because
well.
I can't stop thinking about it. The photo they sent me shows 2 friends who are posing in front of a camera. If you look really closely behind them,
I think you
you
only
will see
picked
the
you
part
only
of the
picked this
picture
late
that I
scary
can't
video.
stop
Is that
thinking
right?
about.
Ellie and Alyssa, you
Here's
guys
the
picked the
photo
least
that was sent
scariest
to
video.
Tulsa.
See, that's just a photo, bro. Please tell me there's more to this photo. That literally looks like a pumpkin, my guy. That's what it looks like, a pumpkin.
As with most images, this one doesn't have much info, but it seems pretty obvious as to what's happening in the picture. However, I have no explanation for whatever this is.
Is that really what? Come on, bro.
It's hard to make out what
Alright,
this is,
hold on.
but
You guys want me to see llama arts, or do you want to see this video that's right here in the middle? You guys want to see llama arts, or you guys want to see this one? Tell me right now. Look like a Chucky mask. Exactly. It could look like anything. You guys want to do llama? Hold on. We got one votes llama, one votes llama. Ellie, you just trying to not be scared. Is that what you're trying to do right now? You trying to not be scared? Llama, we got 2 votes for llama. What is Alyssa and Eli think? If we get one more vote for llama, then I'm gonna have to choose llama arts. Llama, okay, llama arts it is. Let's see what they got for llama arts. LLAM. Oh, these scary stories, like these like animated scary stories. Okay. I actually used to. Well, I mean, these are kind of okay. They're a little animated, but I mean, they're probably true stories. I've seen a few of these videos actually. The 20 to 21. Okay. Well, we'll see the Easter eggs though. That says Easter eggs. Man, we're not trying to see Easter eggs. Did you know he was standing there? That's crazy. I don't want to watch something like too long, you know. But like, we'll like have like one of these normal Tinder date. We have a mix here. What's in the mix? Okay, we have creepy thunderstorm, disturbing Snapchat, a bridge, true Craigslist, school lockdown, life of luxury. Where's life of luxury? Did I pass it, or do you want me to look that up? Where's life of luxury? Watch Course Party. I watched Course Party already. I watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one, but it's not like I'm looking for like a scare, you know? The game? No, they have a movie. They have a Course Party movie actually. Look it up. All right, let me look up Life of Luxury. Life of Luxury. A little bit of dash. Okay. These might be real. Let's see here. Let's see if you have any more scary, strange encounters. You found a stalker in her house. Found a stalker in her closet. Those are fake. The little brother, yeah, the little brother looks way too fake. That one's like, bruh, for real. This one looks a little bit more realistic right here. The camera audio looks a little bit bad, but it looks a little bit more realistic. Here, that does not look that crazy. The stalker in event. Like, it looks like they fucking photoshopped the crap out of these. Like, it looks like they literally did Photoshop it. He's been living inside her mattress. Dad watching. I mean, maybe this is just a clickbait. Maybe the videos are actually like more realistic in the video itself. Maybe wait. Let me see. Let me just see what it looks like real quick. See the brother one real quick. Maybe it looks photoshopped.
It's hard to believe that Mint Mobile can be
But
good.
maybe I'll give it a benefit of the doubt.
So, as Mint's new owner, I brought.
Let's give it a benefit of the doubt, you know.
My little brother Timmy passed away. My dad's been acting really weird.
I wasn't really dead. I was just pretending.
What the hell was that thing? A puppet?
That looks so fake. That is so fake. For real, Ellie. This is what we're looking at. That looks so fake. I'm sorry. let's watch like one animated. What? How did I choose Life of Luxury? I swear I chose Llama Arts. Alright, let's see his popular upload to see here. Llama Arts Lockdown. What is like I want like a haunted one. Hide and seek stories. Maybe this is a little bit good. It's not kidding me, just scary. Alright, let's try a hide and seek one, you know? How about that looks a little bit more intriguing.
When I was a kid, my parents would sometimes bring me down to my aunt and uncle's place to stay for the weekend. Mainly, I'd spend time playing with my two cousins who were around the same age as me. They lived on a small farm with plenty of open space, and we could run around doing pretty much whatever we wanted. If we thought we could get away with it, the three of us would sometimes cross over to the neighboring farm about half a mile away. It had been abandoned for decades, with a scattering of derelict buildings and other structures still standing on the property, just begging to be explored. This was of course a gold mine for three adventurous young boys such as ourselves,
you know?
especially after my cousins told me stories about the deaths that took place in the house. It was pretty classic fare. Man goes crazy, axe murders his entire family, hangs himself, returns every night as an angry spirit looking for new victims. Good, grisly stuff. Even at that age, I knew they were probably making it up, or at least embellishing old rumors. But seeing as how the setting lent itself so well to such tales, I allowed myself to buy into it.
He really upgraded in his
One
animation.
afternoon, we decided to play hide and seek. When it was my turn to hide,
animation
I
is a
ran
little
off for
better.
a flimsy brown barn that had living quarters on top, and climbed the stairs looking for a good spot. There was still furniture inside, and personal belongings lay scattered across the floor. I maneuvered over broken dishes, tattered clothes, and crumbling books, eventually coming to a small room with a closet.
What the fuck is going on with my character?
Jackpot. There were even long black dresses still hanging on the rod that I could hide behind. I stepped inside and managed to force shut the folding door.
Is there a ghost in my house controlling my character?
My only illumination was a slit of sunlight that shone through the crack in the door from a nearby window. I crouched down with knees tucked into chest and waited. Some time passed and there was still no sign of my seekers. I waited some more, debating if and when I should give myself up. After nearly an hour, this was starting to get boring. My head drooped. I woke with a jerk. It was pitch black. Drowsy and confused, I forgot for a minute where I was or what I had been doing.
Hold on.
As it came back to me.
Wait a minute. My character is freaking out. You good, boy? You're me. Are you good? Why? Oh, now you want to stay still. Now he wants to stay still. What the fuck is going on? I'm right here, camera. Can my camera not see me? Camera? IMR Scary Tales. We'll probably watch like one more video and then we'll get back to gaming. Why is my tracking not working? Hold on. It's not tracking me. Okay, now it's tracking me. What the hell is going on? The character was literally freaking out for no reason. Alright, let's just get back to the video.
The realization that it was now nighttime and that I had been abandoned here filled me with sinking dread in the pit of my stomach.
It's like freaking out.
I tried to get up, but a sudden cramp in my calf kept me grounded. I squirmed about, waiting for it to pass, when I heard a door slamming shut downstairs and instantly froze. One of my cousins? There was a brief period of silence, then footsteps at the bottom of the stairs. But not just footsteps, a thud too. After every other step. These weren't the footfalls of a child. They were slow, heavy, deliberate. I held my breath, praying they would go away. They did not. The noises continued to ascend. After another moment of silence, the walking resumed, this time along with a steady scraping sound, like something heavy being dragged across the floorboards. The footsteps made their way through the debris and wandered aimlessly through the various rooms. I thought I could smell something faintly putrid. The constant scrape sent cold shivers coursing down my arms and back. My worst fears were realized when the steps reached the bedroom doorway. They got closer and closer and finally stopped directly in front of the closet door. I couldn't see a thing. After an agonizing pause, they continued on over to the other side of the room and out the doorway again. They faded away down the hallway. I waited for what seemed like an eternity. There were no more sounds now, and I was trying to build up enough courage to open the door and flee. 3 things happened simultaneously just then. I was bombarded with a smell I can only describe as fresh roadkill. I heard raspy breathing behind me in the dark closet, and I felt hot breath against the nape of my neck. That was enough for me to hurtle myself out from the confines of that nightmare space, relying on memory and scant moonlight to navigate through the darkened house. All the while, I heard footsteps chasing behind me, closing in with terrifying speed. It was a clumsy, torturous escape full of trips and bumps and blind stumbling. I never looked back, at least not until I had burst out the front door and into the country night. And when I did turn around, I saw absolutely nothing. There were no more footsteps and nobody was chasing me. That didn't stop me from running though, all the way back to my aunt and uncle's house. There was a police car in the driveway when I got back. My parents were there too, worried sick. Everybody demanded to know where I had been. Apparently, when my cousins still hadn't found me by evening, they'd returned home to tell their parents.
It looks like the wife
Eventually, the police were called in and informed me that they had already scoured every building on the farm. The insinuation that I was lying about my whereabouts didn't go unnoticed. None of it made any sense. It wasn't until years later that one of my cousins filled in a final piece of the story. He and his brothers had spent hours searching for me like they said, but the part they didn't tell anyone was that they thought they spotted me in the window of the bedroom I was hiding in. And when they got closer, they saw that it wasn't me. A young boy neither of them recognized was smiling and waving down at them and gesturing for them to come upstairs. That's when they ran back home. All of this while I slept in the closet.
Bruh. I mean, it's a scary like experience. I'll tell you that. To even like to experience like something yourself is more scary than just seeing it in a video. Because when you see it for yourself, you know what's going on. You know that unless your brain is playing tricks on you. All right, Ellie, I'm gonna see what this IMR Scary Tales is. You know, let's see what it's about. We're gonna do this. We're gonna look at MIR Scary Tales, and then I just want to look at one alien video thing, and then we'll see. We'll probably get back to gaming. I am Scary Tales. All right, these are. Oh, so they give 3 at a time. Time is 11. We'll watch. These look the art is pretty good. I'll tell you that. 40 hours? This guy really? Oh no, but he's playing best of 20. You gave more bits, Jimmy? What are you giving more bits for? We don't need more bits. It's okay, Jimmy. You gotta gotta like, you know, you gotta chill, you know? You gotta chill. These look a little different. I think this one, the Dunkin' Donuts horror. They have a night shift. Night shift I think is a pretty. You speak there's a mad white noise. Okay. Jimmy, how you get more bits? Let me hear myself. I don't hear any white noise. Am I getting a white noise? I sound pretty fine when I'm listening to myself. Like, I don't know. I think it's fine. Do I sound fine, guys? I think I sound fine. I don't know. Let's continue on, I guess, you know. Let's. You guys, what video you guys think we should see? You guys think we should see a Dunkin' Donuts, a Night Shift, or a Home Alone? You know. There was a white noise. It's gone now. The white noise is gone now. Then. I don't hear any static. Let me hear. Let me see if I can hear. Hold on. Home Alone. All right. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see about the static that I'm being told about. About the static that I'm being told about. About the static that I'm being told about. What the fuck? About the static. Oh, it's fucking repeating itself. That I'm being told about. What the fuck? About the static. Oh, it's fucking repeating itself. Hey me. Oh, it's fucking repeating itself. Hey me. Hey me, it's me, you know. Oh, you're me, I'm me though. What you talking about? It's me, you know. Oh, you're me, I'm me though. What you talking about? It's me. Okay, I think I hear it. There is like a very slight static, but yeah, there is like a very slight static. Jimmy, 200? Yeah, there is like a Jimmy, you don't need yo. Jimmy, 200? Yo, Jimmy, really? You don't need yo. 200? Yo, Jimmy, really? You don't need 200? 200? Really? You don't need 200? 200? 200? 100? But he, wait, 200? Bro, 200. Wait, I want to try something. I want to try something real quick. I want to try something. Hello. But yo, 300? Yo, Jimmy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jimmy? You damn. Wait, okay, let me hold on. Yeah, this is a while, literally. I want to just try to. Another 21 bits. I just wanted to try that out. I don't know. I don't hear any white noise or anything. I don't know what white noise you're hearing. I'm listening through it to my headset too. I feel like I sound fine. Buddy. Okay, which one did you want to do? Let me see real quick. It was Home Alone. Let's see the Home Alone ones. But Jimmy, save your money. You don't need to give bids. I might see this movie too. Let's see story number 1.
It's been 20 years, yet the memory of this incident feels so fresh. I was 8 years old back then. I lived with my dad, as my parents were going through a divorce. My dad worked as a nurse at the local hospital, so he had to pull a lot of night shifts off.
Oh man, you want a night shift? You want a night shift?
I went to spend the night with my grandma.
You guys wanna? Okay, we have 1 vote night shift and 1 vote for Home Alone. Who else votes night shift or Home Alone? No. No what? It's too late. It's too late. Oh, okay. I guess Home Alone it is.
Who lived 2 blocks away from our house. But the night when this incident happened, my grandma was out of town. It was a Saturday night, and my dad and I were all set to go out to dinner when his phone rang.
Night shift wasn't
After talking for a brief moment,
yo,
my
you don't
dad
need
told
to
me
get
he has
bit.
to rush
You
to the
don't need to
hospital
give more,
as
Jimmy.
it's an
It's
emergency.
okay. You don't need to give it
But
anymore.
he'll be back in an hour. He asked me if I would be okay to stay on my own for a while, which I gladly accepted. Being an 8-year-old, having the house to yourself felt quite thrilling. He got into his car and he told me to lock the doors and watch TV until he comes back. I watched him drive away and then lock the door. It was my first time being home alone, so I felt like a king. I could do whatever I want now, and there's no one to scold me. I drank a lot of juice.
That's literally what I would
scoops
do.
of
I would
ice
literally
cream,
do that.
2 big chocolate muffins without having to ask for permission. I then ran into my dad's office, which always fascinated me. I sat on his big armchair and started to go through the stuff lying on his table. He had a fountain pen that often grabbed my attention. I started writing with it on his fresh white memo pads. After jeopardizing a few pages of the memo pad, I rolled them into a paper ball and aimed for the basket in the corner. 15 minutes went by doing all these stupid things when I remembered about the clown head.
Clown head?
A patient of my dad
Why
gave
does
him a
it
big
look
rubber
like
clown
that?
head before passing away in a terrible accident. My dad couldn't say no to the man, so he brought it home. But he kept it in the garage, and no matter how many times I asked for it, he never let me play with that. I've always been a weird kid who was never terrified of clowns. Instead, I liked them. I love their goofy appearance. I came out of his office and walked to the garage. The house was so quiet that I could hear my every footstep creaking on the wooden floor. I entered the garage and turned on the lights. The clown head was about 1 foot tall, with no holes for eyes or nostrils. The clown face was drawn on. It can be creepy to some people, but not to me. As I already said, I had a fascination
clowns. Clowns are like.
I picked up the clown head,
I'm not scared of them,
and suddenly, a stroke of cold
it's not like I
wind
want to see them
brushed through my left shoulder. Holding the clown head, I turned back and saw nothing in that empty garage. The eyes of the clown were blue, and his smile was too big to describe.
Probably the guy from
As I
It.
hold the clown head in my hands, a weird sensation took over my body. I began to hear a voice in my head. The voice was hush, yet shrill. Put it on.
Oh.
What? Is
What do you
anyone
mean by
here?
that?
Just put it on. Before I could realize,
Nice and
I
nice.
was
Yeah,
talking
they're
to
catching
myself.
hands with their arm
My
lengths.
hands lifted my head and made me wear it.
Yeah.
I can't explain the feeling when my head entered the clown head, but I still feel something hypnotized me. Something made me wear it, using my own hands. I stood like a statue for a moment. The clown head was weird from the inside. A smell of rubber mixed with paint lingered inside of the air of the clown head.
Well,
As I
that's what it's
snapped
gonna
out of
smell
my
like.
state of trance, I realized I didn't want to play with it anymore. Hence, decided to take it off.
And it wouldn't come
That's
off.
when the nightmare began. I casually pulled the clown head, but it didn't come out. Thinking it might have got stuck, I grabbed the top of the head with both my hands and pulled it again, but the head didn't move an inch. Drops of
pulling it
sweat
from the
appeared on my
top?
forehead as I
from the
realized the
bottom.
air inside the head had started to warm up.
Bro, what is this,
and there is
spring
no
trap?
hole for ventilation in it. I couldn't
Like a
see or hear
Pennywise?
anything, and my breathing got heavy. Okay, it'll come off. I just have to pull harder. I told myself to keep calm and not panic. I started pulling the head, but it wasn't coming off. I tried to slip my finger in to create a gap, but it was stuck around my neck too tightly.
Really?
What the hell?
How?
I tried harder for a few more seconds and finally started to panic. The air inside the head was getting
I grab
hotter
a
with
scissors
me
and start
panicking,
cutting. I'm
and I
sorry
started choking and
for the
gasping
father,
inside it.
but I
It
have
was
to
so
cut it. It
damn
was
easy
too
to put
stuck.
on, but feels completely impossible to take off. Tears rolled down my cheek in fear. I screamed, "Dad, help me!" But then remembered I am the only one in this house. I couldn't make my way outside the garage, and it also didn't feel safe to walk with this head on. I feared if I stumble down, then I'll get more injured. Slowly, I started to suffocate. I grabbed it, pulled
Literally
it, hit it with my small hands, but nothing helped. I screamed and felt even more terrified.
It's not literally
hearing them
Springtrap is
cough
much
inside the
worse,
clown head.
much more deadly.
There's no way my neighbors can hear me, which means if I don't take it out myself, I'll die. My ears turn red, and I can feel my entire face burning. The situation was so claustrophobic that I peed my pants. I was suffering and crying. I prayed to God to get me out of this, and I will never look at it again. My paranoia reached such a level that I felt pressure in my neck and vomited at once. The juice, muffins, ice cream all came out from my mouth in the worst form possible and started to float inside the clown head, which was also running out of breathable air. The toxic smell of my vomit mixed with the rubbery smell of the clown head made me realize death is not far away. As I moved left to right in panic, the vomit moved around my nose and ear, which resulted in me vomiting more and more. I couldn't stop myself, even if I wanted to. Now, I was choking in my vomit under the worst circumstances possible. My nostrils got blocked by the disgusting fluid, and my ears felt numb. A shrill beep was going in my head that started to blur my vision. I understood if I don't do something quickly, I am not going to survive. I pulled and pulled, but the head was getting tighter around my neck.
Like,
I was trying hard, but suddenly my hand slipped, and I fell on the shelves at the garage wall. Trying to regain my balance, I fell on the floor at my back, and the vomited fluid went behind my head and let my nose finally pop out. I was searching for something when my hand picked up a metal tool that had fallen from the shelf. It was a spanner. I placed the pointy arc between my jaw and the clown head and started to put pressure on the head to come out. The spanner created a small gap, and the gooey fluid started to drip from the gap. I kept still until most of the fluid flowed away and some amount of air flowed in, giving me a chance to fight back. Once I regained my sanity, I grabbed the spanner real tight and said to myself that in the count of 3, I'll put all my pressure so that the spanner pulls up the clown head. 1, 2, 3. As I did what I planned, a cracking sound took place with horrifying pain that made me scream. The clown head tore from that one corner due to the pressure, but my jaw broke as well. Smeared in blood, vomit, and sweat.
At least he got it
I
off.
finally took the clown head off, I heard footsteps coming at me while screaming my name. Andrew, Andrew, oh my God, Andrew! I woke up in the hospital 2 days later. Doctors had to clip my left jaw back, followed by 7 hours
Really
of surgery.
dislocated his jaw.
There was nothing to do,
That's a joke.
no one to blame, as it was an accident that happened to a stupid kid who did a stupid thing while being home alone. Luckily, my broken jaw got better with time, and I don't have difficulty talking or eating, as steel plates are attached inside my mouth to support my facial structure. The only thing that bothers me is my scar. I have this huge scar on my left cheek. It forms into a disturbing smile whenever I stretch my lips.
Let me guess.
I've
He's
lost
gonna
my
like,
face forever. Now,
He's gonna
there's
want to
an
get the
invisible
other side.
clown head resting on me for the rest of my life.
And we gotta add. Let me see how they're doing real quick, you know?
With Linode, your team can more efficiently build web.
How you guys doing over there?
With our simple cloud manager.
Betrayed? I was eating.
Only pay for what you use. With pricing that's predictive.
We're still watching videos too.
Bro, you better get the fuck up and join our GTA and do sumo with us.
Hey guys,
Well,
hope you're
after
enjoying
this
the
video is done,
if so,
then
please leave a
like,
like. And also, a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed.
Bruh.
If you want,
That's not what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see the animation.
Cold August morning. It was a typical Thursday workday that for anyone would go unnoticed. But in Mike's case, it was a special day.
After this, we're gonna
The
go
young
back to
man
gaming.
had
Okay,
just
guys?
broken off a
We'll probably do it.
relationship of
I'll
more than
do
10
more scary
years
videos another time.
and
though,
was
don't
just
worry.
recovering from that experience. He was advised to go out, meet new people, or enjoy the nightlife. But he had another plan in mind. The young man had asked for 2 days off from work and talked to his uncle to borrow his house in the mountains, a spiritual retreat where he has no signal, no internet, and his cell phone would remain off. There are no neighbors around to bother him, and his ex would not be able to contact him either. Before he left, his ex-girlfriend's van was waiting for him outside.
Are you sure about this?
Of course. Amanda, I know it's something that'll do me good.
Having a whim and hiding in the mountains is not my idea of something that can do any good.
It makes sense, but it'll work for me.
Don't come crying to my house if you're being chased by a Yeti. Your uncle is capable of hiding them in the closet.
With any luck, I won't even meet my own shadow. It's just a few days, and I'll see you and talk things over.
Yeah, it's just a few days. What's the worst that can happen?
Mike traveled for more than 5 hours, and when he arrived, everything was as he expected. Despite being small, the house was nicely decorated, and the furniture was kept in perfect condition.
Are you
to
spoiling
his disappointment,
it? Are you spoiling
the phone
it right now?
still had a signal, and he immediately received a call from his uncle as soon as he arrived. Hey, Uncle. Good morning, Mike. Are you home yet? Just got here, and I was able to get in.
Oh,
Do
you
you have
watched it?
cameras?
We're seeing it together.
Just
right
called me as I walked in. That would be a very good investment, but unfortunately not. Tell me, why don't I hear your friends? You went with them, didn't you? Yeah, well, we're all here. I had to move away so
Why
they
is he
wouldn't
lying?
start making jokes while I was talking. Oh, well, great. Take care of the house and remember to call me if you have any problems. Great, thanks a lot. The young man remembered how he had to lie to his uncle, saying that he wouldn't enter the house unless he went with his friends. His uncle was one of those conspiranoid people and went on and on about how he didn't want to go into that house for fear of finding aliens, so Mike usually ignored him. With a small,
Why would you
complicit
not
chuckle,
believe him?
he thought of how
Why would
little
you?
use the house would have been if he had to share it with someone else. After a full day of relaxation and tranquility, Mike went to sleep with immeasurable peace, but it didn't last long. A strange noise made him open his eyes. The room was dark, and the moonlight was barely coming through the window. Mike thought it was probably raining, so he tried to relax again. Before he could fall asleep, a beam of light hit his eyes and alerted him. Opening them, he realized it was the moonlight shining directly against the window. Mike tried to continue
That's something
sleeping,
Liz would do.
but paranoia overcame him.
You exposing
He
Liz
could
like that?
not convince himself that it was all a dream. So the young man got dressed and slowly got out of bed. He looked out the window and saw no one. After returning to bed, the young man was about to cover himself, but an image froze him with fear. As he made his discovery, the blood in his body froze, and fear came over him so suddenly that every fiber of his body translated into pain. The window a few feet away was closed, but there was a dirt trail that started at the window
I think
ended
most of
under
these are
his
probably
bed.
true stories too. Of people
The
like
only
talking
thing
about
Mike
it.
could think of was to take a big
But
leap
there's something
from
like
the
that
bed
that happened.
and start running.
That's actually like
Maybe
kind of
grab a knife and hide, or maybe drift away until daylight. But suddenly, he was falling and hitting
Oh,
his head
hell
against the wall.
no.
Whoever was under his bed lifted it to one side, causing Mike to fall.
I always look under my bed before I go
something
to sleep.
jumped out of the mess of sheets and rushed at Mike's body. By the time Mike could react and understand what was happening, a tall, white, gangly man stood above him with a
Bro.
knife in his hand. His blue eyes were wide open, staring with
And the police are so
unwarranted
far away.
anger into Mike's eyes. Despite being very skinny, this man had a lot of strength and knew some martial art, since his whole body was arranged in such a way that the young man could not move a muscle. Please, don't kill me. I closed my eyes. I didn't get to see your face. Mike cried desperately with tears in his eyes, without moving a muscle. Just take everything. I'm not gonna move from here. Tie me up if you want. So you didn't see my face, and you promised not to move, kid? I swear, I'm not interested in justice. If you don't believe me, I don't have a landline here. Take my cell phone and my car. What a kind and cooperative boy. Tell me, kid, where are the valuables? Move the dining room furniture. You'll see a hole. I have money stored in case. Without letting him finish his sentence, the psychopath began to cut Mike's forehead with his knife, tracing a horizontal line.
Hell no.
Sorry to interrupt you, kid, but you were boring me. I was telling you where you could find my money. You see, I have no intention of robbing you. The only reason I have to visit you is to see you bleeding. Why? Because I saw you while you were pumping gas on the way here. And to be honest, you have a face of a squealing pig, and I love it. With that said, the imposter slowly plunged the knife into Mike's hand, making sure to twist the knife into his skin. Meanwhile, Mike was still not opening his eyes. Fear had taken over his whole body, which remained motionless next to a person who had the intention of taking his life. He thought of his family.
I give him a chance to grab the valuables. You don't want the valuables? I'm throwing hands.
The psychopath released the knife and began to beat the boy savagely, while he could only cry and beg for mercy. In a moment of clarity, Mike opened his eyes and noticed how the criminal had his eyes closed and pointed upwards, as if enjoying the moment. The boy used all his strength to push him down. Mike stood up and ran desperately, but he was bouncing around trying not to fall.
Yeah, because he got hit.
He had lost a lot of blood and received many blows, so he was very dizzy. At the moment, Mike felt he had the man behind him, about to catch him, but when he turned around, he was still on the ground, laughing, as if enjoying the show. Without grabbing his car, Mike just ran as far away from the house as he could, hoping to run into someone to help him. As he was escaping, he could hear the man's taunting cries from the cabin. Run, little piggy! Fly to your freedom. Don't stumble, or you might hit your head. And who knows what the evil killer will do to you.
If
I'll
I
be
was
waiting for
gonna
you
wrestle him,
when you want to come back.
I'm gonna try to like get that knife off of him and just start
When he
stabbing
returned the
him.
next day with the police, no one was there.
Obviously,
The
no one's gonna be
criminal,
there. The next
a
day.
known patient from a nearby insane asylum, had even gone to the trouble of cleaning the house. Mike had no intention of staying or returning to it. From that day on, every time his uncle mentions an alien, he laughs generously.
But technically,
and
that
thinks
wasn't
that
an
having
alien.
an encounter with a human could be much worse.
Yeah, a human is much worse. Oh, we gotta add.
These used cars may look identical, but with Carfax, you'll see how a car's history affects its value.
That's crazy. We're here for ads.
I think there's something in my house, and I'm not just saying it. My name is Lucy
got a
Barbera,
female
and I
actor
live in the
here.
outskirts of Ohio. I was married to a man named Daniel 2 years back. He used to be a worker in my father's factory. My father grew fond of him and arranged my marriage with him. I never had much say when it came to my life. My father was a strict man,
Is she a
and
hottie?
after
Oh.
my mother's death in my early childhood, he raised me with all he had.
Getting off on a
I'm
2D
not
picture.
saying he didn't love me, but he did show
Yeah,
too
there's
much
one last
authority
story.
over
There's
me.
one last story,
He
Val.
thought whatever he thinks, he
This is
decides
the
will be
last one.
best for me. Not having enough self-esteem, I could never stand up to him. When I turned 18 and finally thought of doing so, he got diagnosed with cancer. His last wish was to see me settled by marrying this man, Daniel.
Bruh, really?
Daniel was a bit
To
older
marry
than me,
someone?
but he was a hard worker and had some family wealth. He too was an orphan, so my father immediately took him under his wing. My father died a week after our marriage. Daniel wasn't a talker, and he was way more reserved than I anticipated at first. But the thing I respected about him was he never forced me into anything as my father did.
Okay, that's
After
good.
getting
That's good.
married, I moved in here to live with him. He took over my father's business and managed it.
He took
Despite
it
being
over?
married, we kept our distance. Everything was going okay until last Thursday, when my husband died. Yes,
Really?
Daniel's dead. In his last few months, Daniel worked late night in his study downstairs. He said he was working on a new business strategy. I knew how extremely serious he was about work, so I never bothered him. But it was 3:10 in the morning
He
when I
killed
sprung
himself?
up, hearing a loud bang. I ran downstairs, and as I opened the study room door, I saw a vicious sight. Blood was splattered all
Oh
over
my
the table
God,
and wall.
why?
Daniel was sitting on
He
his
probably lost
armchair,
his-
and his face
Damn,
was
they
gone,
really gotta show the
along with part of his
details?
brain.
What the fuck?
A handgun was loosely hanging from his left hand. The cops were called, and the incident was ruled as a suicide. Everyone told me to move out of the house, but I knew I couldn't. On the first night of being alone in this house, I started to experience some weird things. I was cooking in the kitchen when I heard knocks on my door. It was 7:30 in the evening, and I wasn't expecting anyone. I walked to the main door and looked through the peephole. There was no one outside. I stared for a while, but saw no one. The empty streets stood still. I turned back to walk away when I heard the knocks again. Thinking some neighborhood kid was pulling a prank, I opened the door, and again saw no one.
When you're home alone,
I waited on my porch to notice some suspicious activity, but nothing happened. I locked the door and
unless
returned
you're
to the
expecting
kitchen.
someone,
After dinner,
you
I
let them
came
in.
to our bedroom,
If you're not
which
expecting
was my
anyone,
bedroom now.
don't.
Sleeping on the same bed that I shared with
Open the
Daniel
door
felt
at
very
all.
unsettling to me, but I was really tired. I wanted to cry like every normal wife, but not having any real connection with my husband made crying impossible for me.
Do you think he
I
got
can't
murdered
fake
today?
tears. I laid down on the bed
No one else in
and,
that
after
room.
struggling for half an hour, fell asleep. The house gets too quiet at night. The
Unless it's like,
loudest
oh,
sound one can hear is the
good,
ticking of the
never open
clock.
that door.
I don't remember how long I slept, but suddenly I started to feel chilly. The blanket was below my waist. I pulled it up to my neck. In that drowsy state, I rolled to the other side, and someone breathed on my face.
Man, that's
It
normal.
happened
I
so
always get
quickly
people
that I
breathing
just
on me
moved
when
my
I'm
head
sleeping.
away
Like,
without
get the
opening my
fuck off
eyes.
me.
But within a fraction of a second, I realized there's no one else in this house. I am alone. I woke up with goosebumps. Drops of sweat appeared on my forehead, and I took a good look around the room. The moonlight from the window illuminated my view. Realizing I must have scared myself in my sleep, I reached for the glass of water I keep on my nightstand. I must have taken one small
It's just a
sip
few
when I
breeze,
heard
man.
footsteps
It's probably just it's mostly
downstairs.
just a window.
My eyes went to the clock, and that's when my stomach dropped in fear. It was 3:10 in the morning. I knew very well that all the doors and windows were locked, so there was no chance someone would enter this house without breaking in. I slowly got up from the bed and went downstairs. The study door was closed. With trembling hands, I opened the door. The flashback of that night was going through my head, but this time the study looked completely normal. I stepped in when the light bulb of the room exploded and the study door closed hard
I
behind my
had that
back.
happen.
Feeling horrified, I screamed at the top of my lungs when a black shadow figure appeared in the dark corner of the room.
Why
The
is
shadow
Spinner like
looked
that?
human, but only had eyes.
That was the husband?
The rest of its body was just pitch black. The pair of bloodshot eyes stared right at me and said in a broken voice,
I am sorry.
You would have ran outside
Daniel?
and dipped. Exactly.
Is that you? But the voice didn't answer my question, and the light came back
But she want to see
immediately.
if her husband
I
was...
remember
Wait,
the light
I
bulb
thought the
breaking
light
into
bulb
pieces
broke.
a few moments back. How was it shining again
she
like
went back
nothing
in time?
happened? Gradually, eerie things started to happen around the house after that day. An invisible presence walked the house 24/7, and I could feel it watching me. One day, I was ironing some old clothes of Daniel's when a pair of cold hands grabbed my
just washed
shoulder
them.
from behind. I almost flinched and screamed in fear. Who is
Because
it?
ironing is dangerous.
Daniel?
Ghosts is one thing.
Are you
Humans
here?
are different.
No reply came for a few seconds.
Well,
but
I
then
mean, this is
loud
like a
thud
ghost,
came from the
alright? This is
study.
like a
I
more
went to the study,
different type
grabbing a
of ghost.
flashlight this time. As I picked it up, I saw it wasn't a book, rather a diary. As I read the diary, the hair at the back of my neck stood up. It was Daniel's diary. He wrote disturbing things in it.
What did he say? Please
Today, I met Mr. Barbera's daughter, Lucy. The old fool has decided to marry her with me. I didn't plan for this, but now I had no other choice.
What?
To inherit his property, I must marry Lucy. But I have already made my second plan. The only
Why, you gonna
obstacle
cheat on her?
between me and the property is Lucy. I will wait a couple of years and then drop my next and final move. I will make her death look like an accident. But how can she die? How can I make it happen without getting caught?
And then, for the next few pages, Daniel had
That doesn't
scribbled
make any
ideas through which he could make my death appear as an accident.
What?
Some of these included slipping down the stairs, catching fire while cooking in the kitchen, etc. My skin crawled, thinking I slept next to a man for 2 years who was looking for a window of opportunity to kill me and inherit my father's property. I was
Faked
reading the
his
diary
death?
with a
You can't
panicked
fake a
face
death
when a
if you
gush
got a
of
body.
wind touched my hair. What the? I turned around, and the shadow was
And if
back.
it's confirmed
but
to be
this
the
time,
person's
the light
body,
in the
then
study didn't go out.
can't really
The shadow
blame.
with bloodshot eyes kept staring at me like before. I said in a fumbling voice, "Daniel, you're supposed to be dead." For the first time, the shadow replied to me. What
Not
it
Daniel?
said still rings in my ears like an ominous tune. It said,
I'm not
Daniel.
I knew it. I knew
I
it.
dropped
I
the
knew it would
diary on
say
the
I'm not
floor
Daniel.
and started to run for the main door. The invisible spirit that I mistook for my dead husband
So
was
if he
not
is
him,
pressured
and
dead,
this was enough for me to
presumed
leave that
dead,
house
you can't
right
blame
that
it, that
moment.
guy.
I was a few
What?
inches away
It
from the
don't
main door
matter.
when two firm hands
If he
grabbed
comes
my
back as a
feet and
ghost,
started to pull me back to the
still try to
study.
do
I
stuff.
screamed and tried to kick, but I was just screaming at the air. There was nothing, but I was being pulled away by these evil hands. Suddenly,
grab
I
onto
was
anything?
thrown inside the study, and then I heard a very familiar voice.
I am sorry, Lucy. I should have never married you with Daniel.
It was
Father?
her dad?
Oh my god!
A black swirl of wind started to roll in the middle of the study room and slowly took the form of my father. He stood there with a pale, dead face and uttered for the last and final time,
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
He disappeared into the air.
What
I'm
is he
still
gonna
living
do?
in the same house, and
Why
I
are you
feel
still
like
living
whatever
in the
was
same
stuck here
house?
might be gone now. I'm seeing this therapist who thinks my grief-stricken brain resulted in those terrifying hallucinations. I wish
That's
I
what
could
they
believe
always
the same and move on with my life, but when I recall how Daniel shot himself in the head with his left hand, my stomach drops. I failed to notice it then, but later I remembered that Daniel was not a left-handed person. His dominant hand was the right one. Do you know why this little detail creeps me out?
Why?
My father was left-handed. Is it possible he rose from the dead and possessed Daniel to take his life before he could take mine? Is it possible? Or am I just going mad,
No,
alone in this
because
house?
I can use a gun. I would use my left hand to do things, okay? I'm a writer.
If
I
you're
write
going
with
to
my
go
right
see
hand,
one
but I do
movie,
things
see
with
the
my
one
left.
critics are calling laugh out loud hilarious and easily.
But either way though, guys, we watched that video. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean, Ellie. I mean, like, you know, actions, not things, okay? Not those types of things. But either way though, guys, that was it. We're gonna go back to our gaming.